Welcome back to the channel. So if you are watching today's broadcast, we are starting something brand new here on the channel, which I am so beyond excited about. If you might have heard us talk about it, if this is your first time hearing of it, I'm just excited that you're watching this and that you're hearing about this. So one of the things that I am very passionate about is helping people lose weight, get fit, break those barriers, and shed the weight that causes so many of us problems. Like being overweight and having weight issues is the number one reason for death in our country, and it's the number one reason for bankruptcy, among a whole bunch of other things. And those are like two pretty big things: leaving the planet or going broke. Like in most of our lives, like, you know, it can get, well, no, it can't really get worse than leaving the planet. And so anyway, for years and years, people have asked, Carmen, because we run monthly boot camps and we run monthly weight loss, like virtual fit clubs, where I work with groups of people and we all form habits that help us succeed in weight loss. Using these tools, lost 161 pounds, going from a size 22 down to a size 2. Well, after the year that we just had, after crazy Corona, I really thought it was time to kick it up a notch. And so we are launching our season 1, our pilot season of the biggest transformation. And in our pilot season, we have selected 7 people, seven moms, dads, grandpas, grandmas, men and women that I will be working with throughout the next 6 weeks. The next 12 weeks. I'm like, wait, that's not right. The next 12 weeks, we are in a very close working together, kicking some booty, getting results, kicking butt, taking names. You know, they say, what is the movie? They say there ain't no crying in baseball. There might be some crying in the biggest transformation, good and bad, right? You know, good and bad. Like some of it might be like tears of joy. Some of it might be like, oh my gosh, I'm sucking so bad. I had plenty of tears of both. But you know, weight loss is an emotional thing. Many of us have struggled with this thing called weight for a very long time. And so every single Wednesday right here on the channel, this week being the very first week, and then every Wednesday after this, you are going to see another episode of season 1 of The Biggest Transformation. These 7 people are going to be giving it everything they've got. Blood, sweat, tears. They are going to be busting their butt, losing weight. Every single week they will be weighing in right there on camera. We will be talking about their struggles. We'll be talking about things that they're overcoming, things that are overcoming them. There's going to be some coaching involved where I'm helping walk them through how to succeed at this thing that so many of us have struggled with. And you know, there might be, like I said, some tears. There's going to be some laughs. There's going to be some fireworks. There's definitely going to be some following directions. There's definitely going to be some freaking results. And at the very end of the day, there's going to be some transformations. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to our season 1 cast, the 7 people that you're going to be following over these next 12 weeks. Feel free in the comments to drop some encouraging comments like, listen, weight loss is hard, but it's even harder to do it on a public platform where people are going to be watching, like judging, criticizing. I know some of you are going to be encouraging, praying, all those things, but feel free to drop some encouraging words down below. Make sure before you leave today, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. You're not going to want to miss this. I feel like we all live in a society or in a place where we can use inspiration. And inspiration comes from watching other people overcome, from watching other people break through struggles and get on the other side of it. And so you're definitely going to be seeing some of that. You're definitely going to be seeing some people maybe struggling with some of the same things you've struggled with and watching them overcome those things, which is proof that if they can do it, then so can you. So let me introduce you to these 7 people that I could not be more thrilled to be working with and helping get their greatest transformation.
I need to be in the biggest transformation because nothing else has worked. Honestly, I've tried so many things to lose weight. I've even gotten crazy and did like stuff where I was injecting stuff into myself every day and going down to 500 calories a day. So many unsustainable diets, and the fact is, they weren't life changing. They weren't me making actual changes. It was me committing to a fad, committing to such a short thing, and I need an actual lifestyle change. So my kids are brutally honest, as kids are with no filter. They're not afraid to say, "Dad, you're really fat. Dad, your stomach's really big." Um, and my son, he came to me the other day and he said, "Dad, I really want you to lose weight. Um, I want you to be healthier." And to hear a 7-year-old say that, it's not like I didn't know that already, right? But for me to be in a place where, even though I try to be fun with my kids, to know that my 7-year-old is worried about my health, that's not how it should be. He should not be worried about me. He's a kid. With kids as young as I have, I think a lot about the future. I think a lot about them graduating. I think a lot about, getting married. And I remember how much my dad helped with my first home. And just, I feel like at this point, I'm going to miss out on their future. I'm going to miss those tomorrows. I know none of us are guaranteed tomorrow, no matter what we do. But there does come a point where you're guaranteed not to have a tomorrow if you live a certain way. And I've been living that way. Who knows how much of my future I've already lost by living this way for the last decade. But I have a chance now to make these changes and to live my life a certain way, to salvage as much of those tomorrows as I can. Last year we went on a cruise with some friends. It was like a dream cruise. It was really awesome, but cruise ships are not made for people my size. And I'm a tall guy, 6'2", but that wasn't the problem. 400 pounds was the problem. So obviously, there's one big variable, right? And that's me. I'm the one that has to change. I'm the one that needs to change myself so I can enjoy things like that. Most of the world is not made for people my size, and to make excuses and have my own little pity party and feel like it's just not good enough for me, or it's just not comfortable enough for me. It's my issue. It's my problem. It's not their problem. And that's the biggest thing I need to change, is me. I will make these changes, and I will have the biggest transformation.
So my why, I've really had to think long and hard, although I think deep down I know. I've gotten to a place that I said I would never get to again. I mean, vowed, said, how can anybody ever do that? But yet I find myself just creeping up to that place again, and letting food control my emotions, things that are happening, whether I'm stressed or just in a foul mood or happy or whatever, I mean, I am a lover of food, especially good food. And call me a foodaholic, maybe, I don't know, but anyway, that's not what I want to be. That's not, I don't want to continue to gain weight and then ask myself, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm getting heavier, because I know what to do. But I also need help. And this time, so what's so different about this time? Because clearly I did this before. But what is so different about this time? I think that this time I'm ready to give it 100% and see where I go. Because I've really never done that. I mean, if I'm going to be honest. So, you know, and for me to say that is shameful. But it's true. And, you know, I don't want, you know, there was a time that I went through cancer and licked that. And, you know, licked diabetes and licked so many other things. And what am I doing? What am I doing to myself? And am I going to just let all that, open the door and let that all come back in? No, no, I'm not. But I need the help. And that's why I applied for this group and prayed like hell that I would get in here. And I don't want to be obese again. And you know, I view myself so differently than what other people do, and compare myself to others and think I'm so much smaller. And then the other day when I had my husband take pictures, because we have to send in pictures, I was so embarrassed. I can look so much better than that. And I want to be around, and I want to live, and I want to wear pretty cool clothes. Because I may be 64, but inside I'm a 20-year-old, you know? I mean, I like looking nice and wearing fashionable clothes, and yeah, so just a lot of things. But my biggest thing is my health and being around for my family and my grandkids. Because when I say that, I mean that. You know, I always joke to Carmen that I want to live to be 130 years old. But I so mean that, because I want to watch all my grandbabes get married and have kids, and you know, and I want to be around for that kind of stuff. And if I do get to live a long, healthy life, I want it to be healthy. Anyway, that is my why. Deep down, that's my why.
Hi, I'm Peggy. The reason I wanted to be in this program was because I needed guidance. I really struggle with planning my meals. I really struggle with staying on track. If I'm not in a strict program, I'm not in anything. And that's not a good way to live. I like to drink. I'm not an alcoholic, but I like to have a drink every night. And I was excited about this to get me away from that and get out of the bad habits that I've gotten into, and finally learn how to plan meals and cook healthy for my husband, who is on this also with me. But when I'm not eating right and doing my workouts and stuff, I eat whatever I want. I gain weight like crazy. I'm not obese, but I've always been thin. And I now have 25 pounds to lose, and I'm almost 60, so I know that it's changing. My body is changing, and my muscle mass is changing. I know that things change going through menopause and all that stuff. I want to be this is a 90-day program, so it gives me 3 months to be strict and to get my butt kicked and to learn from Carmen and to make better habits than what I have right now. For as far as planning meals, cooking meals, shopping right, by just cleaning out my pantry. This is the first thing we had to do, and that just felt like amazing that I don't have this stuff around me to tempt me. And I don't want to be a bodybuilder. I just want to feel good in my clothes. I just want to feel good in a bathing suit. So I'm really grateful. I'm excited. I'm scared because I know it's tough. It's a lot of self-discipline, which I can do. So thank you, Carmen, for accepting me and Andy. And I look forward to dropping these pounds with you.
Hi, my name's Andy Twardzik, and the reason for wanting to be in this group, there are several reasons. The most important would be to want to be in shape, to want to get healthy. I've struggled with weight gain for over 30 years, gaining weight, then losing weight, going on different kind of crazy diets, exercise programs, and then to go back to bad habits, or they're not really sustainable, what I'd been doing. At this point, I'm 57 years old. I'm at the highest weight I've ever been at, and I have high blood pressure and some other aches and pains that I believe getting in shape and getting healthy and learning to have a healthy lifestyle will do. I also want to put away to death bad habits, things that I love food. I love overeating. I feel like I'm addicted at sometimes, and I know it's just in my head. So I want to learn new habits. Really want to take it serious this time. As I said, I'm 57. I want to enjoy the things that you can do later in life and not be restricted by health or weight. I want to feel better. I want to look better. My father at this age gained weight and just kept gaining and gaining and gaining till he was around 450 pounds. He did get gastric bypass and lost weight. Then he gained weight back on. I don't want to head in that direction. It seems like in the last year, I've gone from a weight that I was able to stay at for a while, and I gained 20 more pounds in the last year. And I feel like I could easily gain another 20 or 30 pounds this year if I don't do something. I'm grateful for this program, grateful for the people in it, and I can't wait to get through the 90 days, and after that, just continue, hopefully for the rest of my life.
Hi, I'm Denise Wiebe, and I'm excited to be on this challenge with all of you. And we were asked to share sort of a little bit why we decided to be in this challenge. And for me, there's a lot of reasons why. Number one reason is health. I just don't feel good half the time. A lot of the time I'm tired. I don't have energy. There's a lot of things I'd like to do, and that takes a lot of energy to do. And for example, I like to hike, and one of the places I like to hike a lot is mountains. And it's challenging when your body's physically challenged and you've got physical pain and you've got this weight that you're carrying. I also love to be active, and it's been hard to be active and stuff when you're always struggling with pain and tiredness and other problems. So that would be another big thing, is to get this weight off so that I am free to be as active as I want to be. And I have a lot of mindset stuff that I've been dealing with since a child. I had a lot of, I would say, like abusive mental stuff as a child. I had a lot of teasing and bullying that was pretty severe in my youth and my younger days. And it has really traumatized me into my adult life. When I look back, I can totally see why I gained the weight I did. I turned to food a lot as a comfort back then because I often felt rejected and abandoned by people around me. Being a believer my entire life, I knew that I was supposed to be lovable, but for whatever reason, I didn't actually believe it, and I still struggle believing it. I believe oftentimes that I'm not worth the effort. I'm not worth the pain or the struggle to get to where I want to be in life. And, you know, a lot of people have desires to wear a bikini, or they want to, you know, have a certain body shape. And for me, it's never really been about that as much as for me, it's been about just being healthy and enjoying who this body was designed to be, and enjoying who God made me to be, and living the life that I was meant to live. And I just want to do that. I'm 40. Some of the smaller ones are, I have some goals. Like I said, I want to do more hiking. I love to travel. So I want to be able to sit in airplane seats and not be uncomfortable. I want to be able to walk on the beach and feel comfortable. I want to be able to go shopping and not have to worry about what I'm buying or is it going to fit me. Basically any chair I sit in, I want to be able to sit in comfortably and not worry, is this chair going to be uncomfortable the whole time? All the little things that, you know, some people that don't struggle with weight deal with. I just don't want to be dealing with that anymore. I'm just kind of done with all of that. And another one would be my family. I love family and I love being a participant in the family. And there's a lot of times where I feel like I sit on the sidelines because I can't fully participate. And I don't like that. I don't want to be a bystander that just looks on. I want to be the one in with the family, being able to do the things that the family is doing and engage. I want to be personally intimate with my husband in a way that I haven't felt like I've been able to be for a long time. Having some of these struggles that I have makes that difficult. And so I want to increase intimacy in my marriage. I want it to be stronger. I want it to be better. I want to be able to enjoy it to its fullest. And so that requires me being a better me as well. And yeah, I think that would basically sum it up, why I'm here, why I'm doing this challenge, and what I'm hoping for.
Okay. So this is in response to the question, tell me why you want to do this. Why do you want to lose weight? Well, how many reasons? A billion. I will say that I have been on some form of a weight loss program since I was probably around 12. And because I remember going in, my mom was doing Jenny Craig. And at that time I had already started struggling with feeling a little insecure. My earliest memory of, negative memory of like my body was, I remember I was in like probably 2nd or 3rd grade. And everybody, you know, was crowded around the teacher for story time. And everybody would sit crisscross applesauce, you know, Indian style. And it was so silly, but I took notice of the fact that most of my friends, because we were all wearing shorts, had like these boxy, thin, athletic legs that when they folded their leg crisscross, there was no like chubs right there. Like it was just this flat as a board. And I remember I kept staring at mine, seeing like the tiny bit of like chub, which by the way, at that time I really wasn't bad. I was very average. But I did notice it. And so I became a little aware of just body composition and stuff like that early. I would say as a result, my sister and I are the ones that really picked up those bad habits of the crazy snacking. I mean, I remember eating like the random times when we would get like a box of, remember Kudos, those like granola chocolate bar, total junk. They were treats. Rarely my mom would buy treats like that. And I remember when she would, I would literally like eat one after the next. And they'd be like, where are the Kudos? And I'd be like, oops. So no control from an early time with sweets, and love salt. So love salt, love sugar, addicted to fast food. Has started from a very young age. And I've really struggled to kick that and not pass that on to my kids, because we have had way more fast food than I would like to say with bringing up our kids. But that said, they're 8 and 10, and so that leads me to probably my number one reason is my kiddos. I have a son, the 10-year-old, and a daughter, the 8-year-old, that I want to be a better example for. You know, my mom didn't have a lot of resources at her disposal as a single mom, and I'm not in that position by the grace of God. You know, I've got a wonderful, supportive husband who, by the way, has just lost 100 pounds on his own using MyFitnessPal, with just incredible consistency and discipline over the last 2 years. He's shed 100 pounds off of his frame, and he's 6'4", and he now weighs less than me at 5'2". I can't say that that's not a reason to, which it is, because, you know, as a woman, you want to be your husband's eye candy. You want to be the one in the couple that, you know, gets, hate to say this, but like gets the attention, and that people are like, oh, you look great. But I have really struggled selfishly with a lot of like shame and stuff with every time we go somewhere for 2 years now, as he's been shedding it, you know, I'm still the same weight. I'm still unhealthy. I still, you know, I'm carrying all this weight. And every time we walk into a room, you know, everybody's always like all eyes on Steve, and oh my gosh, you look fantastic. And I just feel like this, I don't know what Shrek's wife was in that movie, but that's what I feel like walking around with him. And I just have a lot of shame about that, and the fact that he's been able to do this, you know, what looks like effortlessly, and it's not, because he's worked his butt off. But and I haven't seemed to been able to just jump on whatever he was doing and do it with him. I do need a lot more hand-holding, a lot more accountability, and that goes across the board. That's just our personalities too. So I've talked to you about my kids and wanting to be a good example for them, and not wanting them to remember me as like always this overweight, tired. I'm not really a tired mom, but I definitely don't get up and play a lot. And like roller coasters, I get like super nervous about, you know, getting on those, or ever getting stuck in something or embarrassing anyone. Speaking of being embarrassed, it's funny, when I told my family and told my kids about this challenge, my 8-year-old daughter said, because I told her that, you know, you wanted us in sports bras and like shorts or whatever. And my daughter was like, her eyes got all big, and she was like, don't do that. And I was like, why? And she's like, because you're going to be embarrassed. And I was like, why? And she's like, because people are going to see you in that. And that hurt on multiple levels, quite frankly. But it really hurt, because what I really heard is her saying, if I looked like you, I'd be ashamed or embarrassed to show myself in a sports bra and shorts. So again, there's a lot of like mental junk that I have to unpack there. And again, I am this little girl's primary model, primary coach in life on so many things, but there's nothing more precious than your health. And I am her coach. I am the number one person she's going to model in life. And I would do anything to make that a positive example for her. Lastly, I've been at this, so my kids, shame with my husband, and also wanting to be his eye candy and make him proud, and obviously, you know, wear that 2-piece on vacations and all that kind of stuff, which I've never worn one in my entire life, so I don't know, but I just have to throw that out there. It would certainly be dreamy. But the third reason, you know, aside from obvious, which is health, I have developed, you know, a couple autoimmune conditions over the last couple of years. I have PCOS, I have Graves' disease, I have Hashimoto's, those are two autoimmune conditions. One is hyperthyroid, one is hypothyroid. So one is like fast metabolism and one is like slow metabolism. If I radically change what I'm eating and how I'm taking care of my body, I can also radically impact those conditions. They may not go away. I may still have issues that I struggle with throughout my life because of them, but I do believe that my positive changes can dramatically impact the symptoms and whatnot, and my weight and my health. Because I've been doing this for so long, and my 40th birthday, well, first of all, my 39th birthday is tomorrow. So I'm starting this off with a bang. So I'm giving myself this last year. So just starting my program at my 39th birthday, and it ends, I'm giving myself the year to figure this out, to get the weight off. It's a shit or get off the pot moment for me, and I'm gonna do this first 3-month challenge of season 1. And I better have some drastic results is my commitment to myself, because what I get out of this 3-month challenge is proof in the pudding for me of show yourself that you don't have to get surgery, because I have done lots of research and looking into it. And if I am not able to lose enough weight to continue and convince myself that the diet and exercise route will work for me. So this 3 months makes or breaks that theory for me. So I'm fully committed to go all in on this in a way that I never have before, because I know what's on the other side of this. There's no more safety net. There's no more life vest. There's no more I'll start Monday. There's no more, January is the month of my birthday, and it's just after the holiday. There's no more excuses. I've reached the end of a very long road of dieting and self-sabotage and horrible habits, and this is the year that it will all change.
Hey Carmen, it's a beautiful sunny morning here, and let's see if I can get through my why without bawling my eyes out. My why is I'm just tired. Tired of being fat. Tired of being tired of not living my best life. So I've decided it's time for me to set an example for my daughters. It's time for me to live the best life I can. It's time for me to move. I never move, and that's my why. My kids, a better life, and that's it. And I'm gonna crush this.
When I first watched those videos, like I was sitting there watching them, and I could remember back to when I was there, and I could remember back to feeling the very same way that when I was 288 pounds, that listen, you don't see a lot of 300-pound women walking around and when they're older. You don't see a lot of people at that weight living healthy, happy lives. And as a mom of 3, and someday, my hope would be to be a grandmother of at least 12. That's what I tell my kids. I'm like, you gotta have at least 12 combined. At least 12 grandkids. That's my goal. But anyway, a mother and hopefully someday a grandmother, like I wanna be there for them. I wanna live my very best life. I wanna be productive. I wanna be healthy. I wanna be happy. I wanna be the best wife to my husband. And being overweight wasn't gonna do that. And I watched those videos, and even just watching them again, it was like, dang, like I can remember when I was there. It was just like it was yesterday. Like, man, it just brings back all the little thingies in my eyeballs that I'm trying to like get back there. Those little tear things that like to fall out sometimes. Anyway, you're not gonna wanna miss this season. You're not gonna wanna miss any of these episodes. We all need hope. We all need inspiration. We all need proof that if they can do it, so can we. And so make sure to encourage them. Every single Wednesday, this will be right here on the channel, same time, same place. hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. That way it'll just tell you, hey, that video just went live on Wednesday. Because if you're like me and you get busy adulting, you know, sometimes you have every intention of watching something and then you like space on it. I do that all the time. Hashtag mom life. Hashtag adulting is hard. Oh my goodness. Anyway, hashtag I'm getting older and my memory sucks. No, it doesn't really suck. It's just aging, right? It's aging. It's aging. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week for episode 2 of The Biggest Transformation.